make sure that's not a possibility. So it is also something that early on in the group stages, Tundra were putting a lot of priority actually on the Weaver carry. Skeeter was playing it multiple times to not a lot of success from what I heard. So it's something that at least, well, Tundra had the assumption that this hero was something that they wanted, they felt was strong. I don't know what to make of that considering the results, but we do see overall it's a pretty good game for it. Like if you do get that matchup into the Batrider, then you should be happy. But you're mentioning Liquid, they have this potential to swap the lanes. But how would a lane setup look like if it was an Elk Wyvern into a Weaver Oracle?
I think they would both just farm, which is generally okay. The thing that I'm really looking for, and it's what Boxy is doing, he's making sure to rush out to this lane. He wants to, A, scout out the movement coming through, but B, I also want to see an Observer Ward placed pretty deep into whatever lane the Weaver's in, just so that you're always able to find out where he is. And if you do end up getting this Batrider into, Batrider Marcy into the Weaver Oracle lane, even if you've got the Oracle to have to contend with, you still have like that level 3 timing, let's say, where Boxy's able to jump in onto you, find the exact position, dispose back, and you're not going to be able to escape all that easily.
30 seconds to battle.
For our last game, Denog, where we put in the chips, who's going to be able to take it and continue with some of that momentum into the playoffs?
You know what? I am not a massive fan of their draft because of what I said about the Weaver not really fitting Ana's playstyle, but I have another little fact for you. All of the eliminated teams, there is one from SEA, there is one from SA, there is one from NA, there is one from Eastern Europe, and there is one from Western Europe. The only region that does not have an eliminated team so far is China. So with that being said, I'm going to give it to RNG. So
understandable.
Not predict, are we?
No, I believe in Liquid. I'm quite concerned on their timing as soon as like Radiant's BKB on Matu. But we'll see if they can maybe address it, the Alchemist, early, because RNG, they're going to be playing with a tri-lane top to start. This is a scary tri-lane. Matu has to be cautious if he goes for this wave, and... Oh, I thought he read it for a second. Is he reading it? Don't do it. Looks like defensive aggro. He should be fine. Okay, beautifully done. Of course, they're able to scout out that no supports were playing bottom. X-Nova's going to be able to TP down now, so we do have the natural 2v2 on both the side lanes.
Ooh. And how great is international Dota, though, honestly? Like, we've been doing it for, what, 5 days now? And we've been having a blast, just seeing how all these regions clash against each other. It's, bit of a feels good man sort of situation.
I think feels great man, is that something a little bit better? Like it's an understatement. Top lane
feels
they're actually
amazing,
gonna look to TP Boxy in. Matu's got the concoction to work with as well, but look at them just running straight to Chalice. They don't care about Kaka. They want the more valuable kill coming out onto the Viper, and they will find it. That also gives the level 2 for Boxy to work with. Just going to jump on forward, looking to play around with the body blocks, enabling Matu to find the concoction along with the acid spray. Insane, he doesn't have the greatest attack range, so he will not be able to find that last right click to secure the double kill top.
And that all came off the back of seeing the tag team leveled up at level 1 on Kaka. They just said, this lane is super vulnerable. We need to make sure that we're getting the better end of it. Was it a shared kill coming through there? So not really anyone getting too much of that big gold bounty at level 1. But still anything... Oh, yeah. What is this, a 3K pub? Just multiple people in mid lane contesting over things? Bit off there with the dispose. If you were able to bring him up onto the high ground, that would have been a disastrous situation for Somnus.
Does look like bottom lane, Zai and Ana are going to be fine. They're both going to farm. Zai was playing around with the early pulls, of course being a solo man in this matchup, top lane, and Senyor's in a bit of trouble for the moment. Chalice has found that second point in the poison attack, so this lane for Liquid, I think it's unlaneable unless Boxy's nearby.
I mean, now that you've got the snowball, right, it's going to get even worse at level 3 once Kaka's got the ice shards to be able to play around, even making a nice rotation to be able to steal away the bounty. So, okay, might be suffering a little bit here. Doesn't have any way to keep his regen going against Somnus. Do have 3 people camped up top though, but this, they've just removed all of these trees to be able to play around, so you're not going to get any kind of backstab going. Bot lane, it's Ana as well as X-Nova able to get a kill onto Zai. It happens when you leave him solo, as well, another dispose coming through from Boxy, and again that concoction is so difficult to have to play
Boxy's
into
going
a
to jump
Chalice.
onto Chalice instead. So Matu still is able to find a concoction target. And now they're going to consider about chasing down Kaka. Boxy has to dispose up in a couple of seconds. A drag back into Insania, and this is really big. Not only did they get the kills, but the lane is now shoved under the tower, so no one on RNG are going to be soaking up the gold or the experience from that wave.
I mean, the old adage going way back with
Again, the
Viper
river?
is,
They're going to get Somnus killed as well. Mickey's got the shield crash to play with to be able to secure the kill. X-Nova's going to be able to rotate over. Same with Kaka. The shield crash damage mitigation comes out a little bit too late to keep the Pango's life. And now RNG, with the nukes from the Purifying Flames, get the second. But they consider Insania. Kaka has got the level 3, so the shards to work with. Insania is going to be trapped inside the jewel from RNG, and it looks like they will come out on top as the support's reigning supreme. Then you're going to be a fan of that as a natural support player.
yeah, of course. I mean, you love to see this early impact coming out, especially from someone like a Tusk. This is what you pick the hero to see. Just that level 3 timing, rotate around the map, brawl around these power runes. Like I was saying, it's so important that Mickey is able to maintain some level of control over them.
Chalice is in trouble. Boxy's able to get the toss back. Kaka's going to look to move on forward. The snowball will buy him some time, but Liquid, they've already done way too much damage before Kaka arrived, and now they're even going to consider about chasing the Tusk, because Boxy, again, will have the abilities back up to close the distance, and look at the body blocks coming out. 2 heroes going from hitting to blocking, back to hitting, which will help Boxy find his double kill.
Not too often that you see Alchemist prioritize killing
Bottom lane,
people
Zai
over
might be in a bit
farm.
of trouble. Ana and X-Nova. Ana's going to have the Sakuchi back up, but looks like Zai, the movement speed, just gets back to the tower.
Wildwing nearly killed Zai.
Oh, we're not
just on
done
its
just
own.
yet, baby. Mid lane, Mickey. Oh no! A little bit of miscommunication there. Boxy tossed back Mickey, and now Somnus still doesn't have the damage to get the kill, but the Rolling Thunder's expired. Boxy's got to self up and look to move back in, but Somnus has got the level 6 to play with an X-Nova. He could give him a Mako to turn it back around for the extra mana and damage, but it looks like that's not required. The swashbuckle at the last second to get the kill, and meanwhile, top lane, we got another kill as well as Chalice, in conjunction with Kaka, will get rid of Matu's life.
Oh, sorry to PTP, our observer. There's just kills happening across the entire map. What can you do in this sort of situation unless you got 15 different eyes? Maybe you do need your 4 monitors for this sort of situation, Lockie.
That's where the monitors come into play. Don't you worry. I'm seeing everything right now. Nothing escaping my eyes. I can see them, down bottom. Ana's getting farmed by the outpost. Meanwhile, I'm watching RNG start to move top. In particular, Kaka looking to put some pressure onto Insania, but maybe he's bitten off a little bit more than he can chew. He needs Chalice to try and step in with the damage for the Viper, but this is a big trade if they can get Matu a 1-for-1, but of course RNG continuing to slow down the Alchemist's game.
You're very happy to get those 1-1 trades. Like, Alchemist, these days, much more of that brawling style of hero, the unstable concoction. People have clued on to the fact that it's just so effective in the laning stage. 13 seconds, not a very long cooldown, and a relatively low mana cost as well. That's why he's gone into the Soul Ring build, not just for the farming with the Acid Spray. But maybe now he needs to change tact a little bit, because no TP scroll to get back to
Zai
base.
bottom lane's going to be in some trouble. A beautiful rotation out of Kaka. To be an easy kill. Zai is having such a crazily difficult start in a lane like this. Is, I think, 1,000 net worth difference, make it 1,400 advantage for Ana. So he is off to a flying start. Almost has 2 components completed to Lincolns.
Yeah, he's gone straight Lincolns, right? He just went the magic stick into it beyond that, and I mean, why not? All you need for this bot lane is the mana regen to keep spamming out that Shikuchi against the Bat Rider. You know, like I was saying, he's going to be using that sticky napalm against you. So just a hero that's looking to spam out his abilities is the best possible counter to it. Weaver wasn't on my mind, but it's a great pick.
This is something that we see so often for RNG. Oh, that thought is Mickey. There's some trouble. He might be forced to pop the ultimate, but Somnus is in the vortex to make sure that is not a possibility. This is one thing that we see RNG do so often and to great success, which is always a big reason of why they can take games, is just the rotations from the supports, and in particular Kaka as well. This guy has been everywhere. 8 assists. Oh, that is top. Matu. We'll run into X-Nova. Looks like we're on a bit of an expedition into the jungle. Charles going to try and get in range as well to stack up the poison. Has finally got a slow onto Insania, but will not be able to catch up. And now Chalice, maybe he's the one in trouble. Nikkei's going to sweep to top as well. So it looks like Liquid getting multiple kills across the map, but meanwhile it's bottom lane where we see another death onto Zai.
What's happening, man? 22 kills in 9 minutes. Maybe the teams do know that they're both locked into the lower brackets right now. But, well, they're clearly having fun with it, and it's a lot of aggression. This is, like, high individual skill coming out here, particularly from... We've been saying Kaka's praises a lot. Boxy as well. He's making sure to rotate into all the right places. 4-2 and 4. Great turnaround potential. And, yeah, this game looks like he's emphasizing the sidekick just that tiny bit extra because of how much the lifesteal is needed.
Can he get the Rolling Thunder off? No, Kaka just finds the snowball. Storm Spirit has a crazy amount of damage at this early game. If he doesn't get shut down in the laning phase, we can see how much he can really pump out. But the question is can teams really utilize that? And we are seeing RNG do just that. X-Nova's always with him, Kaka's always with him. And I think this is something that China do it to a really high level. Of course, we saw Ori last time, a couple days ago. He was running that Storm Spirit and he just took over games completely, getting kill after kill. So this is still a hero that are on people's radar, but you need to play with him early to give him that good game.
Yeah, you need to play with them early. I think Soul Ring bottle is like necessity now. You can't get away with just the bottle anymore because of the amount of mana that's needed for the zips. Will they be able to get another kill in onto here? Doesn't seem like they'll be able to get more than Insania. Actually, maybe. Having the rebound already used.
They're going to go for Matu instead on the right side. Oh, man, Somnus and X-Nova, just way too much damage. Now, Boxy will try and TP, but X-Nova ults in, swipes out away.
5-1 and 7.
Yeah, no, I just saw that. My God, dude. And look at Ana. Well, not only is he getting kills down bottom, but he's just free farming. The rest of the boys, like, yeah, we're chilling. You get as much farm as you want down bottom. We'll make all the space. He has it's going to be 11 minutes by the time this choreo comes out for the Lincoln Sphere. That is a incredible timing on Ana.
Yeah. I got to tag Knoxville on Twitter. Like, he is the stats man, and I would just want to hear him say, this is the fastest Lincoln since 2014, or something like that coming through, because it's a distinct possibility for sure. Now, another thing that I wanted to mention is we finally got a tiny bit of a break coming through here. Somnus, he's going into the Orchid. Most of the time I hate this on a Storm Spirit, because it doesn't give those intelligent stats anymore. You don't have the Oblivion staff build up. It's only 3 mana regen. But this game, they need it. They have no stuns outside of the Tusk, and it's going to be a while until Kaka is able to build up into that. So when you consider you're going up against a Pangolier, you're going up against a Winter Wyvern, these heroes need to die, and they need to die quickly. You've got the burst damage for it, but not the initial lockdown. So this is a game where I can see it work.
Smoke on smoke. Mickey's going to have an opportunity to play with the Rolling Thunder. They want to try and target Oracle first. If they can get rid of him out of the fight, that's a big support to be able to provide with the sustain. They'll get rid of X-Nova. They're going to try and move their attention out to the west side as well, as now Chalice is the next on the agenda. The Viper's able to stand his ground for the moment, pumping in damage, so Ana's going to look to try and clean up, but Boxy with a great read of the TP out into the tree line, and now Mickey, is the sole hero left up top for Liquid, and he won't be here for too long as Kaka rolls in and uppercuts him to the sky.
30 kills in 12 minutes. Oh, they can't keep getting away with it. Look at Ana. He's even just holding on to a Keen Optic. He had better options. Well, quote-unquote better options, like Possess Mask and all that. But he's just like, nope, I'm going to be farming. I'm spamming my Shikuchis as we have a quick look at a little bit of the downtime. I have a replay of that fight. Yeah, it's all about finding the Oracle. Like, they put so much emphasis on being able to take him out. He nearly got the False Promise off onto himself as well, but with that heavy of a commitment coming through, it just meant that RNG were able to turn it around.
As they're on to Chalice under the T1 tower, Kaka's going to try and get in range for the snowball, but he eats a crap load of damage before he gets in range. So 2 heroes gone to start the fight, but maybe they can turn it back around with Somnus and Ana showing up. It's going to be cautious about the control coming out afterwards. Lincoln's going to be popped. Do they want to chase down on Liquid? Somnus has not got too much mana to work with. They zip into a TP, but maybe they'll just go for the easier target in X-Nova. As Mickey's nearby, Zai's going to have to follow up as well, as Ana will have to watch his position 5 die.
Yeah, hopefully not himself as well. He eventually has moved into that Possessed Mask just because he's a little bit low on the old HP. And now it's about scaling in terms of farm. But the one hero that we haven't really seen in recent times is Matu. He got picked off previously next to the tier 2 tower. We're seeing a lot of aggressive vision, making sure to try and scout him out. But he's been able to create enough space that he's closing in onto that Radiance, which will be a huge item just to accelerate himself even further.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Still is going to need that next item, though, from Matu to really help out. Radiance, a steroid in your farm, but looking for that second item to maybe, then you can think about getting involved in these fights.
Maybe even like a second item, Blink Dagger, honestly. Like just something to let you get right on top of the Storm, Weaver, Tusk, Oracle. Basically only Viper, if he's on his own, is like the target that you don't want to go on. You only want to go on Viper if he's on his own, is what I'm trying to say.
He might have to just go BKB though, because his Orchid's about to be completed. And if he goes Blink and then dies a couple times, all of a sudden you're going to lose your map, and then that BKB is going to come out too late.
Sure, but I feel like the Orchid's for higher priority targets. I feel like Pango and Wyvern are the ones that need to make sure that they're getting focused down. And I mean, Insania's got a decent amount of levels. He's level 8, so he's in position to be able to, you know, just TP around the map. I hope he goes the next item, Blink Dagger, just so that he's able to respond to a lot of this aggression that RNG is bringing their way.
See who said China Dota is all about farming? It's not the case this game. 19 kills from RNG at 15 minutes in. It's been go, go, go between the either sides, but we got a break in the action. So what are we looking for next from both RNG and Liquid to increase all the kills that we've had so far?
Sorry, one sec. I'm just... You say there's a break. There's never a break this game. For both sides, what we're looking for... I mean, they haven't taken any towers right now on Liquid, so they're going to be looking to itemize, move towards there.
Look at the tier 1 tower. Zai's going to consider about stepping in, trying to get that lasso, but X-Nova and Kaka, beautiful target priority, will turn away from dealing with the Marcy. They recognize that we need to control the Batrider to make sure that our Storm Spirit's going to be safe in this fight.
Trying to go in here. Rebound.
Mickey's actually going to find the Storm in the tree line. Mickey, beautiful read of Somnus' position.
Yeah, they knew he was a little bit low on mana, so worth going for the random guess there. Also, you just have that movement coming through from the rest of the team. They realize how important it is to open up the map for them. Now they don't need to be quite as worried about Matu's positioning, because he's going to have this safer place to be able to farm, even just further assisted by this Observer Ward inside.
Dude, Kaka's got a blink already. What is that? Although the Cold Embrace, Insania's going to buy a little bit of time for Mickey, and it looks like they're going to try and turn it around. He doesn't have an opportunity to get the Rolling Thunder off, as the Purifying Flames will blow up the Pango, but Matu's into the middle. They're still going to be cautious, though, as Chalice is going to wrap from the northern side as well. They'll target down Zai. They're going to now turn their attention to Matu, as Kaka's going to be in with the punch. There's nothing Matu can do to look to escape. Insania's going to buy some time, but that will only delay the inevitable, as they even cancel Insania's TP on the higher ground, as RNG find 4, and they only lose out on X-Nova.
Yeah, so much emphasis again being put in onto that Oracle. That's really why I want to see this Blink Dagger come out from the Alchemist. I understand what you're saying with needing to go for that BKB, but Alk is almost never going to be the main target that they're going for, unless, again, he's on his own, because you have that turnaround potential. You have the Dispose, you have the Cold Embrace, you have the Rolling Thunder to be able to make a better go at it of a lot of these initiations, but I feel like Liquid need to try and up the tempo a little bit, because you're already falling behind with an Alchemist lineup. Something's got to change. X-Nova has to die, Kaka has to die, so they can't just run it.
One zip in, Somnus. The follow-up's going to be a bit... Oh, Snowball actually from the low ground, so Kaka will be able to close the distance. They blow up the Panga, which is again a key component in the team fight, but the Batrider flies in, controls Somnus, so we're 1-for-1 to start the fight. Boxy's gonna look to deal with the Oracle throughout the river, so Liquid, they might be able to turn this around if they can control Ana. That's where Insania can come into play. A curse into the concoction fall, but look at Kaka, just waiting to find the snowball, but it's too late. They get rid of Weaver, now they can turn to Kaka next for Tellus. Beating down Batrider from the low ground. Martu's ready to fight, trying to charge up the stun once again. But it looks like he will not find the jump in.
Super immobile on Chalice, so he's just gonna slowly slither his way towards the mid lane, try and pick up a little bit more farm for himself. Boxy did a great job that fight. You know, just able to connect onto multiple heroes, find the backline, take out the Oracle, and even distracting away both the Viper as well as the Storm Spirit for a good amount of time as well. Let's have a quick look while we wait for these guys to respawn. And well, this is what I'm talking about here. They find the initial burst, but Somnus a little bit low on mana. That's the downside here, because a lot of these other fights, I said, you can't get away with just going the bottle anymore. You need the Soul Ring and the bottle, and it really showed there. They needed that little bit of extra damage to not only get the kill, but also escape. And there's Boxy popping the Unleash on the bottom side. He's even going to be kiting around Kaka as well as Chalice here to the bottom side of the fight. Distracts Kaka long enough that he's not able to get in there with a save. Nice flame break coming through there from Zai to push him that little bit further away. But Ana was dead anyway. He didn't have the time lapse available. Even Shikuchi wouldn't have been too effective considering the heroes that they had.
Well, back alive, we've got RNG. They're taking Roche. It will be scanned out. Liquid looks like they want nothing to do with the pit, however. And RNG, a big reason of why they've been succeeding in a lot of these fights is off the back of the wards. And they're not your unconventional wards as well. Two very common cliff wards, and one of them's going to enable Somnus with the long zip in, recognizing no one's playing behind the Winter Wyvern. So again, just a vision from RNG really enabling them in this game too. Uh-oh, they might see Matu. They're going to see the asset spray. And Matu can't BKB TP out because they got Kaka nearby. It's going to be up to Mickey and Zai to turn this one back around. He's going to try and move in with the Rolling Thunder, but they're just buying time. The Snowball delaying this. They'll turn to deal with the Oracle instead, but it looks like RNG, they've showed up in full force. Mickey's down. Zai will join him in the afterlife as well, but is it a worthy cause? Because you do keep Martu alive.
I'm not so sure. Like, this is still not looking too great for Liquid right now. Like, you've got an Aegis to contend with, you're constantly losing heroes, all cores are scaling on RNG, and, well, BKB, second charge, excuse me, had to be extended on Chalice. He is going to be that hero that could look to start sieging some of these towers. Stupendous. Kaka going into a second item BKB. The true carry this game.
A golden thread.
Kaka's had an incredible series so far. Performance on the Nyx Assassin was almost enough to give them that edge in game one, and now his Tusk as well has been pretty incredible.
Pretty incredible.
R2 might be in some trouble top. BKB's on cooldown for the moment. He's going to have an opportunity to pop the Chemical Rage, and, well, an Alchemist in trouble. Who would have guessed it as Martu just turns it around. So I'm just going to look to show up again with a long zip in, but Zai has the opportunity to pop the BKB. He's going to look to turn for an opening. But Oracle's been able to reposition. That was the Rolling Thunder also expended out from the right side. So I don't think Liquid can re-invade their jungle to get control back.
They got the smallest of glimpses of the fact that that was there. He's going to go for a big dive onto Boxy.
This is in. Zai's doesn't have too much mana to play with. Okay.
And this is it, right? This is where it's lacking a little bit. The old Storm Spirit build. So he's going to go into the Kyron Sarge, which will help him a little bit, just with a lot of that extra regen. I do want to see the Bloodstone come through from some of this case.
Setting up on Ana top lane. Oh, that's beautiful from Insania. They Winter's Curse the creep, so they have an opportunity to pop the Lincolns, but Martu's a bit too late on the TP. They've got the vision for the moment. Can Radiant move top fast enough to keep Ana alive? And it looks like they will not. Big plays coming out from Liquid. An incredible way to start that attempt from Insania, using the Winter's Curse onto the creep wave.
important that he gets the kill as well.
Dire's
Still going to
middle
go down
tower
saying
is
that he
under
needs
attack.
that blink dagger available.
Somnus, considering
More
not
action.
zipping into the middle, they've got the heals with the Rolling Thunder forward. Now Somnus is playing around with the Aegis. They might not even be able to pop the first life though. He's going to fly back into the river. Mickey spies up the Oracle, so it's going to look to take him out of the fight, but Zai, he's separated from the team. So Batrider's going with ease. Mickey will finally be able to deal with the support, and now they can turn to Somnus next as well. So playing with the Aegis. Kaka, is he going to look to stick around to protect him? He's out of mana on the Tusk. They need the perfect use of the chain control coming out from Liquid. Prevent that zip away, and unfortunately they will not be able to find it.
Whew. It's a good use of the Aegis, though, considering, you know, all that's going on. You don't always want to use it for, you know, sieging towers as this Storm Spirit. It's all about the brawls, so the fact that he's able to get away, you only end up losing someone that's not all that necessary there, with the other Oracle going down after Ana, of course. It's a reasonable enough trade coming through from RNG, but this is the factor, though, right? You got to make sure that Martu isn't in a position to continue carrying.
Into Mika, they're going to be cautious they group up because the Winter's Curse can turn it all the way back around. As Insane finds two, Martu will be able to charge up the concoction as well. Look at the AoE follow-up damage as Mickey swashbuckling them down. Somnus will be able to get the zip away, but they don't have the Storm Spirit to turn this fight around as Martu will just chase away one. Meanwhile, off to the side, Zai, they're trying to deal with the support as well, but they don't have the damage to get rid of X-Nova. Once again, the Oracle proving to be a bit too slippery with this Glimmer Cape.
It's the Glimmer Cape as well as the Fate's Edict. He even has the Arcane Rune at the, for that team fight. So Zai put a lot of attention onto him, trying to keep him out of the fight, but you can use all you want. Sticky Napalm, Firefly, it doesn't matter. Fate's Edict blocking 100% of that magic damage, and meaning that he didn't even need to use that False Promise. It was still in the bag to use against Somnus, to use for Somnus, excuse me.
And what a different game it is coming out as well from Boxy on the Marcy. You mentioned in game one that this is a hero
Dire's
that
middle tower is
really
under
needs
attack.
kills to keep up in farm. It doesn't matter if it's a support or a core, and we saw the net worth kind of be an issue from him in game one, but game two, he's got so much gold to play with.
And this build that he's going for right now allows him to scale. That's the thing that I like a lot better. You've already got an Alchemist that you're going to need to worry about, but Marcy becomes essentially that fourth core rather.
That could just be the hero to run at the Oracle. I mean, you got multiple that can. Could be the Alchemist, could be the Pango, could be the Batrider. Really, you can take fights in
A little
multiple
bit of
ways.
extra lockdown for a Weaver or a Storm Spirit. You're going to get a bash off.
Somnus is showing. It's away, tier 2 tower. They're going to lose the formation around their objective. Mickey has to roll around the shard, but meanwhile Somnus is a bit isolated from the team. Once again, looking to deal with the support. They have wasted multiple BKBs along with the ultimate from Mickey, but the toss back, Somnus is about to safety. They get the first stump, but he's going to be okay. Liquid, do they regroup around their high ground? No, in fact, Zai wants none of this team
They've got a
fight.
regen.
Oh boy.
They might be looking to go right now. They popped a BKB on the Marcy. That's fairly important. You know, that is her survivability tool. You've got, of course, Insania there to be able to back him up, but I really want to see them look to make more of an aggressive attempt, take more of the map away, because Boxy is, again, the one. He is the one that should be getting in onto the Oracle and chain locking her down.
Zai shows top. This is going to give a bit of an opening. Actually, his TP is going to be up in 5 seconds, so he will be able to connect to the team. Gonna have another fight down bottom, though. Oh, Insane, this is a big kill.
Yeah.
This is a big kill. That's a lot of their team fight, and just the defensive factor from the con embracing Amatu as well. He might have to pop a BKB to look to escape. In fact, I want to turn it around. Mickey with a lot of damage coming out from the swashbuckle. Martu's not going to be able to find a target with the concoction, but the BKB expiring means that they cannot stick around to take the fight. Boxy just TP's out. Mickey with the Rolling Thunder as well, might die to the damage of Ana. One more right click, he's going to look for a TP, but meanwhile Martu, he's the one that's in trouble.
He's alone.
No one nearby, alone is Martu. Chemical Rage expired, no BKB to play with. Thought the hard way, they'll make him work for it. Where's the boys? No one's coming. Oh, no X-Nova out of them all gets the kill.
What a Chad. Never in doubt. On the top side, they did have Zai being able to get that solo kill against the Tusk. Very important. Just continuing to build up his levels. Make him a bit more of that
Radiant's
menace
top
there.
tower
Even
has
just the
fallen.
sticky the flame break charges, if you were wanting to go that at level 20, breaks up the fight a whole lot more effectively, right? You could push away the Oracle, make sure that the false promise doesn't go up. Kind of like what he did before to the north side of the Roche pit where he's farming right now, pushing the Tusk away, making sure that there's not that blink snowball save. So Zai's able to get up to that around his blink dagger timing. That could be a big thing for Liquid in the next little bit.
Okay. Do they want to smoke Boxy and Zai? They have a double damage rune on
Radiant
Marcy to
are
play
scanning.
with. Ana's going to show top lane as well, and Liquid, they are starting to move to this area. No Karka's nearby. Ana hasn't gotten a glimpse. They're going to see Zai's
him.
position. Ana's going to be cautious underneath the sentry, but they want to deal with a Tusk. And oh, Boxy, that's way too much damage. As if in Somnus, they can turn around at the curse if they want to, and Insania again. A curse onto 2. Mickey's got the fall with the rolling thunder, but the chain control will not be there. This is
Zai can lasso.
Mickey, he's still trying to target down, but meanwhile to the northern side, the lasso down, the BKB's expired, and they'll chain control Ana down long enough so they can pump in the damage from Martu's Alchemist.
Really nicely done by Insania there. He made sure to prioritize the key targets, right? He knows who has the Lincolns, so don't hit him. Go for the Storm Spirit instead. Somnus still able to get away from that one, but it just locks Ana in place long enough so that you're able to get that break onto the Lincolns and set up for the lasso. Did they luck out with their neutral items? No Fey Grenade, unfortunately, for Liquid to be able to contend with this Lincolns. They've got one on RNG if they eventually need it, but not for right now.
Who do you feel like is happy with the status quo of the game that we are in? Because it's a minimal net worth lead for RNG. Of course, a lot of the time the Alchemist lineup wants to have that higher net worth than what it is at the moment, but he does have a lot of farm on Martu. So who do you feel is more happy with the position that this game 2 is in?
Honestly, I would still say RNG. You know, it's 30 minutes in, you've got the net worth lead, you're not that
Radiant's
far
top
behind the
tower is under
Alchemist.
attack.
Storm Spirit is going to continue to scale. He's going to go into the Aghanim Scepter to provide a lot more of that AoE control, which is good. It's something that they're severely lacking. So I'm really liking the fact that Somnus has identified that and is going to itemize accordingly. He's almost reached his level 20 as well. Well, they do, but what's even going to happen with it? Storm's too far away.
He could zip to free up a slot. Karka's going to be in, but it's a little bit too early. It's a beautiful area for Mickey to be able to take the skirmish. A curse is out once again onto 3
curse.
heroes. Martu's going to have the concoction of fall, but they're going to look to target down Roche instead. The Aegis will go into the hands of the Alchemist, and now Martu can look to turn it back around. It's Liquid flying 2 heroes. Ana's going to be protected for the BKB for the moment, but they don't have any vision of where the Weaver has scurried away from. So on this, he's actually considering about going back in, but Mickey protected thanks to the
mana, brother?
playing with the Aghanim shot as well, but Ana is in with the physical damage required to kill off the Pangolier.
Oh. Speaking of Aghanim shards, they were able to take it on Martu there as well, so he snatches the Aegis as well as that. Let's have a quick look at a replay while the guys go back to farming. It's that big zip in. They tried to go for the God play, but they were just way too well set up, right? The Tusk likes to be saving the snowball for a little bit later into the fight. The zip from Somnus comes through after the Winter's Curse. That's really all you're worried about from this fight from the Winter Wyvern. Once this is out, Mickey's got the potential to be able to set himself up, roll on through, and Karka, he had to use the early BKB as well, so didn't have that potential to be able to respond. Actually, he doesn't have the BKB yet. I thought he's been building into it for the past, 15 minutes that he would have it by this stage.
We are seeing how different the fights are between 2 teams where if previously Liquid, they have been the ones that have been getting on top of the supports, because really the game plan from both sides is RNG need to kill the Wyvern, Liquid need to kill the Oracle, and maybe the Tusk has a lot of priority as well because the snowball save. But RNG haven't been getting on Insania. Like, these curses have just, they've been fight winning, honestly, multiple times. 3 fights, honestly, in a row, we've seen 2 3-man curses coming out, which just turn the fight back around. So RNG comes down to vision, and it comes down to initiation. Wyvern has to go for them to be able to succeed in these fights.
So on a scale of 1 to all 3 cores on
Bottom
RNG
lane?
are going for Lincolns.
Oh, beautifully done from X-Nova. He's incredibly farm with this blink already completed. So they'll be able to cancel out the lasso.
No
So I
damage
should have
unless
some movement speed. They're
Somnus is
starting to
coming.
beeline to bottom. A long duration, sorry, long distance Rolling Thunder as well from Mickey is going to be able to intercept the retreat on RNG. Great timing from the
still hiding in the
snowball, but they're
trees.
able to bounce back into the storm sprint. He dragged the storm into the snowball. Kaka! Oh, what a baller! Another Wyvern's gone. This Simon Senior doesn't have an opportunity to use the ultimate. Onto Ana in the middle of the fight. The damage might be enough, but Ana just gets the time lapse off. Gonna look to retreat to the west.
Chalice, that's
but
ballsy.
Liquid, they've got the damage. Chalice would just make it to the high ground. Somnus is nearby as well. It's going to go back in with a two-man vortex. It is Sam, however, stopping a little bit of the damage coming up from Arnis. They'll turn it, killing off Somnus. And now they've still got the Aegis to work with. Now, Ana, you got to be cautious if you stick around for this round 2. And it looks like they make the executive decision to get out and avoid Liquid.
Just non-stop action, brother. How is this still going on? I thought maybe they would have been able to continue to contend into that one because Oracle, he didn't have the false promise available, but it was just really good priority coming through from Mickey. A great individual play again from Kaka to enable going in onto that backlines with the Batrider. They felt confident. They felt like they could really look to take him out as well as Insania. Sorry, I'm just looking at all these quick buys. Look at Insania's quick buy. He's like, I need this freaking Blink Dagger because they're always just going to focus in onto me. And I was saying before, scale of 1 to 10, every single person on RNG have that Lincoln's queued up. Actually, they've got it all completed right now. Actually, Stop Spirit's got away. He was having it queued up. He's now gone into the BKB. So 2 Lincolns on Viper, as well as the Weaver. Storm had it queued. He's gone BKB instead. And then a Lotus Orb is something else that I thought I saw queued up by Viper, but he's since switched into the Aghanim Scepter.
Because of all the kills that we have so far, the supports are crazy rich. Like, Insania's got 2 items and working on a 3rd. Oracle has 2 items as well.
35 minutes
Well,
into the
Glimmer
game.
and Holy
wow.
like it. Oh, well, 30. Yeah, I guess we are 35 in. That is true. That is true. Well, we got 74 kills, 35 in.
Radiant
Oh my.
scanning.
Smoke up. Great positioning there from Boxy. He's got the ward on the high ground. Kaka might be forced to instantly blink up blind, but Boxy gets the initiation beforehand. They can't group up. The Winter's Curse could cut this team fight into half. The Wyvern hasn't found an opening just yet. In fact, they're going to zip straight away Somnus, recognizing his
alive.
role. Need to target down Insania, but the Winter Wyvern has got an opportunity once again to find the curse, and now Somnus is in trouble. But that's where
Great
X-Nova
promise.
comes into play. A curse with to buy some time for the Storm Spirit, so Somnus can zip down to the low ground, but still Chalice, he's in the danger zone, he's in trouble. As Martu should be able to surround the Viper. He's going to play off the back of his spider legs, and Chalice will actually escape. And now Somnus, he's looking to re-enter the fight because Arna's gone uncontested. As a Weaver just pumping in the damage from afar as RNG will find a 5-man wipe.
And they don't have buybacks. They've got a double siege creep wave. This is the 35-minute mark.
Ooh.
Could they end the game right now? Seems possible, bro.
You got a
You've got a
tier 4 at
Mjolnir coming out
least.
as well.
Fortified.
I mean, oh, they're going to back up with a glyph.
Are fortified.
They could end this.
Go buy Shard, Chalice. Go do it. Go for the end. Why not? You're creative with it.
Dire's
They might
middle
sense
tower
the style of game that this is being, right? Like, oh, they're just buying items constantly so that this never happens. But well, maybe with all those tier 2s still
Arna's gonna
available.
do
No,
it.
expecting Ana not to go through. I mean, come on.
fallen.
It should be 1 tier 4 down and maybe half damage on the other.
Dire's middle tower
You reckon?
is under attack.
Yes.
I think you're underestimating Ana here.
Okay. Sure. I think you're overestimating Ana.
Never.
Oh, really? Sorry, what just happened? I mean, I was wrong as well, but... You were... more wrong than I.
Bottom tower is under attack.
No, I was
Classic.
underestimating the rest of RNG. Ana was there. He wanted to go.
Oh. When are you... I mean, I feel like you're always wrong. When am I ever wrong? Really, that's...
Always.
That's a good... Oh, that is... I mean, that's truly debatable. I don't know.
Close personal friend of mine, Ana. I know how his mind works.
Yeah.
Maple Story and Gordon Ramsay. That's how it works.
Close personal friend.
Dire's top tower is under
And look at
attack.
this. We got a little bit of fanboy here. I shouldn't have started this. Oh, don't do it.
I'm gonna keep
Don't
quiet
do it,
on that one.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
All right, here we go. They're setting up again around their ward on the high ground. They're going to pop the smoke. Kaka, once again, just in the right position at the right time.
The rest of
Getting
the smokes
complete
haven't
vision.
popped. Kaka needs to be
Kaka's in
perfect. They're
position,
going to
though.
drag them away from the Tusk along with the Oracle. That is perfect from Liquid. Zai on the ball, recognizing where the supports were positioning, and now they can chase down Kaka as well.
Is under attack.
Should have ended the game. But it was just a little bit slow on Kaka there, unfortunately. Like, he's made exceptional plays all throughout, but he was just standing there. Blink Dagger off cooldown the entire time. He just wasn't able to get that snowball save in onto Somnus.
I think a big reason of why they're able to succeed in that fight was the fact that as soon as the smoke popped, they were carrying a ward, they dropped it down, they scouted out where the Oracle was positioning, so Zai instantly knew he had to drag him to the right side instead. Because if he kept him around or went to the top, like towards the remnants of the tier 1 tower, then Oracle more than likely would have gotten a false promise off, or Kaka would have as well. So that really comes down to that ward dropped thanks to Insania.
Sure, but Kaka had placed one as well. It's been de-warded now, but they had vision of that entire fight, so I was a little bit surprised that they let all that happen.
Boxy, a lot of damage. Ana's got detection as well. Boxy's going to be in some trouble.
Early
Cold
time-lapse
embrace.
usage. Ana's... What? Ana time-lapse top? He doesn't have a TP.
Oh, no, not like this. That'll be fine, but... oh, imagine that was more stakes.
Imagine if that ended the game.
Yeah,
Imagine
yeah.
if, like, the throne was being sieged or something. Ooh.
We got 84 kills. What the hell is this game? Like, game 1 was crazy enough, but now you guys are giving it this treat?
Radiant's
Oh
bottom
my.
tower is
Martu
under attack.
25. Oh, we got a bunch of other people already 25. Ana went for the Gemini attack.
Scanning.
Got a smoke
Roshan's
though.
up.
Yes, sir.
It's all about... what's the vision looking like? It's another smoke coming out from Team Liquid. Lane pushed in a little bit too far. They see the Splinter Blast coming up top, so they know exactly where the Winter Wyvern is. They could look to go for a big wraparound here on
Big ward.
RNG.
It's a big ward. Martu on the front, but they need to see Insania.
That's not who you want.
Nice scan.
Radiant's
Zai's gonna move forward. They get Kaka, and again, Force Promise is gonna be able to
Great
come through
False
this
Promise.
time. Meanwhile, inside the river, Mickey kills off the Oracle with no remorse, but Ana is gonna look to charge in the middle, need to try and deal with the Winter Wyvern. Insania will retreat to the northern side, but Somnus finds the Vortex, but the follow-up is lacking. The Curse buying some valuable seconds so Liquid can reset out of this fight.
Feel like you're pretty happy with that. On RNG's side, you're able to go back, contest the Roche. You've still got that high ground vision available, even looking to take away the outpost control. But the stun, oh, just a little bit too late coming through from Mickey.
What a good
Swashbuckler.
ward. Mickey,
He's level
he
25.
can't overcommit. Kaka's going to be in. Insania once again, but it's too late. The Cold Embrace not there fast enough. And Martu, he's not playing with the
Dieback.
ultimate as well. This is such a big window for RNG. They'll lose out on Kaka to the north side, though Ana cleans up Zai's life. He doesn't have a buyback to work with as well as now Ana. He can get more members of Liquid as they completely separate. A beautiful shot from Kaka will put the Alchemist in a vulnerable position where he will not be able to escape. And that could be all she wrote. They don't have buybacks.
They don't have buybacks. They're picking out the Roche, though. Charles is going to look to get this mid lane pushing in just on his own, just wanting to secure the safer route. Who do you even give this this refresher to? Kind of feels like Kaka or X-Nova are the ones making the most work happen with this.
Probably the Storm, double Vortex.
Maybe Weaver. Double Lincolns,
That's
double
true,
BKB.
yeah. I'd love to be right.
Kaka, yes!
No, we're waiting. Hang on, Storm's not there.
No. Yes, X-Nova!
You said 2 heroes. That's just double.
Bro, when do supports get this? If they don't have, like, some Warlock Golem, Black Hole, Curse, an Oracle carrying it? That's unheard of.
Alright, so double bounty was just picked up from Mickey. So when Batrider respawns, he will have gold for buyback.
Dyer's top tower
Important
is
for them.
under
Have they got a gem on Radiant? This is ballsy position. Kaka's got a gem. Mickey's just baiting them to Insania's location. Oh no.
Dyer's structures are fortified.
Doesn't have the shard on Viper, so won't be able to pick this one off on his own, but they're looking to make it a naked throne.
Insania It's meanwhile Somnus actually to the
Found him.
south. They've been able to run into the pain clear. Somnus might be able to do it by himself.
That's it.
That'll be all she wrote. Thrown exposed, and it looks like RNG.
They want the kill.
Oh, right. False promise. This time X-Nova is going to be able to get in range. The last has been a big issue for them through the second game, but RNG for our last game of the group stages will be able to take it